Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen James, the channel that brings you your team every single day. Well, guys, let's talk Janis Hagi. Right, so look, you know what the argument is? The argument is, and I think it's one of the soundest arguments I've ever heard for winning a football match, is play your best team. Play your best team and play your players in their best positions. That's the most revolutionary. No, it's not really revolutionary, is it? It's quite, it's not even rocket science. It's just fucking do it. Get it done. Right. So look, people talk about this team and they talk about, the lack of heart, the lack of desire in this team, or the lack of talent in this team. I know what, to some degree with some of the players, I would agree. There is a lack of heart, there is a lack of desire, there is a lack of talent. I would agree that with some of the players. But I honestly believe that in this team, with this squad, there is enough quality in this team to compete in this league. Okay, I'm not saying this team's going to win the Europa League. I'm not saying that it's even going to possibly even, under Philippe Clement win the league. But it's enough to compete at least and not be playing this turgid, boring, horrible football that we're currently playing. There's a lot of talent in this team. There's players in this team, I honestly believe, that can make a difference. One of those players that I'm talking about is Janis Hagi. Now, I know what people are going to say. Janis is not good enough. He's too slow. He's pish, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what I'm going to say to you guys is you're talking pish, because Janis Hagi is a quality footballer. He is a very talented footballer. And you're going to say, well, what do you base this on? Where's this coming from? Why are you saying that Janis Hagi is this good, this top footballer? Well, look at his performances internationally. Look at his performances for Romania. Look at how he plays for Romania. Look at the European Championships, where he was one of the best players in the championships. He played very well indeed. So, look, I honestly believe that if you're going to come out and say Janis Hagi is not good enough or he isn't better than what we've got, then you may be living in a bit of cloud cuckoo land there. I honestly think that putting Janis into the team and actually playing him in the 10 role, would actually really benefit this team. Because, look, Tom Lawrence is out for 4 to 5 weeks. Bayrami can take that left-hand slot for the moment. Yes, in an ideal world, Bayrami does take the 10 role. But, look, at this point in time, he can't, because we haven't got Cortez, we haven't got Matondo. Ridvan is not match fit. So, realistically, there is no one else who can play on the left side. It's been seen, obviously, that Ross McCausland can't play there. He's not a left-sided player. Cheney doesn't want to, or Clement doesn't want to use Cheney there on the left-hand side. He wants to continue to use him on the right side. And I mean, to be fair, Clement is right from that aspect. I mean, here we go, saying Clement's got something right. That's amazing. But, Cheney has been a lot more effective on the right-hand side when he's had Dujon Sterling or Casemiro behind him. He hasn't been as effective when Tav's been there. Because it takes away from his game, because he's got to slow down to allow Tav to catch him, or go back and cover Tav, which is not what you want. You want Cheney being the main creative force, because he is a better creative player. Now, how do we go about implementing this system? What does this system look like? What do these players look like? How can we do this? Now, this is what I was thinking of. Now, we don't play again until we play Dundee United on the 23rd, I think it is. And I think that's at Ibrox. And I realistically, I want to see him actually go out there, put the best players on the field, let them play, and let them be the best they can be. Because realistically, I mean, look, don't put Cyril Dessers in the team and don't put James Tavernier in the team. There you go. There's two automatics that are going to make this team better. The team looked better when Tavernier and Dessers are not on the field. That last, 23 minutes of the semi-final, we looked better. We looked a better team. When we haven't got those two on the pitch, we look a better side. We look more fluid. We look more attacking. We genuinely look a whole lot quicker. We just look all round better. So, look, I would argue, if you look at that team there, and I know there's going to be people that say you're talking rubbish on this one, but I would honestly say that you've got some actual talent in that squad, in that team, sorry. You've got Butland, you've got Sterling, you've got Balogun, you've got Hjefte, you've got Barron, Raskin, you've got Hagi, Bayrami and Cheney. All players who I would say are quality players and would walk into any other team in the Scottish Premier League, apart from perhaps Celtic. So, look, this is my team. This is what I would do, and I think bringing Hagi back just makes so much sense. I mean, you look at that limited performance he had against St Johnstone. It was his quick pass that sets up the goal. He can play that slide rule pass. He has such an eye for a killer pass. And at times, that's what's lacking in the final third. He's not afraid to have a shot. He can, I think, be part of a three. We're going to talk about that. We'll get to that. So Butland in goal picks himself. Sterling at right back. I genuinely don't understand how Philippe Clement can put James Tavernier back at the starting right back when Dujon Sterling played so well for the 52 minutes he was on the field at that right back position. He's faster, he tracks back, he's defensively more sound. He's just a right back who can actually play football. So for me, it's just a no-brainer. And I think if you put James Tavernier in the Rangers team ahead of Dujon Sterling, you're showing a real lack of understanding of what makes a good footballer. Suter and Balogun in central defence. I love Big Leon. He's one of my favourite players. I think he's quality. His communication skills are excellent. He's solid at the back. He's good in the air, good on the ground. He's still quite quick for a 36-year-old. And I think Suter looks a lot more confident playing alongside Balogun. And my other argument is if you put Sterling at right back, then John Suter isn't constantly being dragged out of position to cover for Where's Wally. Hiefte at left back. I think, like I said, at the moment, Ridvano isn't match fit. Robbie Fraser doesn't seem to be in favour, so you're going to have to go with Hiefte there. For definite, Raskin and Barron as your holding two. Why Raskin? Because look at it this way. Raskin and Barron are fantastic. They're like two little Rottweilers in there. They're absolutely superb at the moment. I would say two of the best midfielders in Scotland right now. Cheney wide right, and Cheney will look better with Sterling behind him because he'll have a player of equal pace, a player he hasn't got to slow down for, a player he hasn't got to constantly cover for. Bayrami to the left, Hagi in the middle. Now, Hagi, like I said, has got that creative influence, the ability to play a slide rule ball, a killer ball. And also, you've got in that three there flexibility and fluidity. If you look at some of the top English teams, right, and I'm sorry to keep harking about English teams, but you look at the likes of Manchester City, you look at the likes of Liverpool, you look at the likes of Chelsea at the moment, you look at the likes of Arsenal, you look at the likes of who else at the moment, Villa, and even Forest to some degree at the moment. You've got a front three or a front four that interchange positions, that swap, that move around, that become a defensive nightmare to cover. Hagi can float left, Bayrami comes central, Cheney can float left, Bayrami comes right. It's just again a fluidity of play there. Danilo can drop back into make it a 4-2-4, and play with a front man when we're defending. So look, I think there is a whole fluidity there to that shape and to that style. And I just think Hagi offers creativity, he offers originality, he offers great passing, he offers a football intelligence, he offers a vision, something that this team doesn't show when we've got Lawrence playing at 10. Or we've got Dowell in there. I mean, God knows why he's playing there. But you know what I mean? It's just about, for me, or even Dio, who was shocking last game out. Dio's not a 10. He's an 8. But, you got to make a choice then. Are you going Dio and Raskin, Dio and Barron, or are you going Raskin and Barron? Well, at the moment, on form, you've got to go Raskin and Barron. They're the best two midfielders in Scotland right now. So, look, that for me would, I think, be more than talented enough, more than able enough to compete in Scotland and help us to progress and to keep up the pressure on Aberdeen for second place, which I think that's what we're fighting for at the moment. Keep progressing in the cups and to do well domestically, because at the end of the day, I think domestically is where we've got to concentrate this season. Realistically, we're not going to win the Europa League. You've only got to look at the Europa League and look at the strength of some of the teams in that Europa League to really see that the Europa League realistically is not a competition we can win. I mean, yes, I think we'll progress certainly to the next round of the Europa League. And it will all provide great extra money. But and that's all Europe needs to be about for Rangers right now, is that extra money. But you look at the teams in that top half at the moment. Lazio, quality team. Ajax under Farioli, just quality. Galatasaray. I mean, they've got Victor Osimhen, one of the best strikers in the world right now. Eintracht Frankfurt, Omar Mamouche, one of the most talented strikers one of the best strikers in the world at the moment as well right now. I think the guy's got somewhat like, I can't remember, 24 goal contributions in 17 games, something phenomenal like that. Anderlecht Athletic Club have some of the best young players in Spain, the Nico Williamses, for example. Tottenham look good in Europe. Lyon, Olympiacos. There's some good teams. I'm okay, perhaps a lot of Olympiacos, but you've got some good teams there. So realistically, that's not a competition we're going to win. I think Man United will be a whole lot better now. They've got Amorim as their manager. So look, I think realistically, the concentration needs to be domestically, and Hagi and Danilo are not in the European squad. So yes, get them some minutes. Yes, they're not perhaps going to be able to go 90 minutes at this stage because they're not fully match fit, but they ain't going to get match fit by coming off the bench and playing 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. They need to perhaps go out there, play 60, 70 minutes of games, start games, get match fitness into their legs. And for me, having Janis and Hagi in the team is an absolute no-brainer. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this topic. Thank you for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. Guys, please obviously smash that like, smash that sub, drop a comment, drop a share, do all the great stuff. And remember always, we are the people.